Hey guys, in this video, we are going over how to find a winning and profitable product to sell on Amazon FBA. I've made a beginner's guide going through the overall process, but this video is going to be more focused on finding a product that sells well and makes you money. We'll go over some tactics that I personally use to find my winning products and also winning niches that I can sell in. And you guys, this is going to make your life a whole lot easier once you start the whole Amazon FBA process. You really want to get the product research right. It's the foundation of your whole business, and it's probably the most important thing that you need to spend your time on at the very start. Everything else will come through together later on, but for now, focus on that product research. And yeah, finding that winning product is almost going to ensure that your business does well and you won't lose money. So overall, the main strategy is you want to find a product that has low supply and high demand. By low supply, I mean that there aren't too many other sellers selling this, so there is less competition. By high demand, I mean that there are enough people searching for this product. Now, a lot of these things that you're going to be selling are niche products. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that these products are actually selling, that these other sellers that are selling the product are selling at least maybe 10, 20, 30 units per day. Because if not, it's just not going to make any sense for you to go out and create that product. Now, it is hard. It's definitely not an easy task, and it's getting more saturated than it was before. Whenever there's a business opportunity as amazing as Amazon FBA, well, other people are going to hop on that. The thing is though, if you have the right strategy, if you know what you're doing, you can still 100% find products that other people are not selling. There's just so much opportunity on Amazon, and people are buying things that you've never heard of. So there's so many things that people who don't spend enough time on product research will miss out on. So that's where you're gonna come in and kill it. Now, when you have fewer sellers selling this type of product that you wanna make, this means you're more likely to get onto the first page, rank for different keywords, and just build momentum for your product. And getting back on the whole demand thing, to see if there is demand for this product, what I like to do is I look at the first 5 to 10 sellers of this product when you search those keywords, and I check to make sure they're selling at least 10 units per day. If you're able to find a product that has enough demand for at least 10 units per day, then that's definitely going to bring in a good amount of passive income for you. So now let's talk about what characteristics make a good product. I'll be talking about 5 different characteristics that you guys definitely want to make sure you're checking when searching for your first product. So the first one is you want a product that is easy to make and it's easy to manufacture. This is good because of 2 main reasons. First, well, it's cheaper for you to actually source the product, less cost for you. Second, it's less likely to break, and you'll have fewer customers returning it or leaving a bad review in case something goes wrong with the product. So for example, I like to focus on products that are made with plastic or rubber. These types of products don't break as easily and they're easily molded, so the whole manufacturing process is quite simple and it's quite cheap. On the other hand, you have things made of glass and electronic components, which are definitely riskier to do. So personally, I like to avoid things that are electronic or that require some type of warranty. I mean, you can definitely branch out and do these types of things later on when you have more experience, but for the first product, I definitely recommend choosing something that is way more simple. This is going to avoid a lot of headaches when you're developing and selling and, just building your first product. So the second key characteristic is that you want something to be customizable and also improvable. If you look at Amazon, you'll see that, a ton of sellers are just selling the same product that are just packaged with their own brand and are exactly the same as tons of other sellers. The key here is that you want to find a product that you can actually customize and get inventive on. For example, one thing that you can see is take an existing product and see if it works well in a bundle. This automatically separates your product from all the other sellers. You could also implement some type of design improvement, and when you do this, you'll probably talk to the factory and see if they can make the slight or small change, and that instantly you guys will separate your product from all the other sellers. When you take an existing product and improve on it or bundle it in a new way, this gives you automatically lower direct competition. Instead of being like one of 10 other products that look exactly the same, you're now completely separating yourself from them because your product is bundled with something else or it has a slight design change. Whatever it is, this is a very smart way to automatically lower your competition. For example, one of my first products, I did this exact same thing. I found this existing product and I had them change the sizing to where I thought it would be a better product. I changed the shape and the size just based on other reviews I saw in these other competing products. And yeah, that's a very smart thing to do. Look at your competitors' products, look at the reviews, see if there are any changes that can be made, and implement those changes. This also makes your product less copyable. And yeah, you guys will learn that anytime you have a successful product, there are going to be people copying your product and trying to sell the exact same thing. All right, the third thing you want to look for in a good product is something that's selling between maybe $15 and $50. I'd say that $15 is sort of on the low end, and when you're selling something that is around that price, you'll probably have Amazon fees of at least $5 or $6. Unless it's in like a small envelope, then that might be smaller fees. But just note that the less you sell something for, the bigger percentage the Amazon fees are going to be. However, when you're selling products that are over $50, that's just a little bit harder to get people to actually buy the product. You know, it's no longer an impulse buy, and people have to take more time to think about it. And that's why I think like when you have a product that's between $15 and $50, that's just the sweet spot that you want to start out at. You could be looking at products that might sell for $7, but I just say like be aware of that. When you have something that's that cheap, even if it's very small, let's say the Amazon fee is like $3 or $4, and that leaves you with just a few dollars of profit. One thing that goes wrong with your shipping or your storage fees, and then bam, you don't have any more profit. So that's why I say just be careful with lower price items like that. I also find that when you have products that are too expensive, that makes the return rate a little bit higher. And if you're doing a product that is over $50, there's a bigger chance that it requires a warranty, or that it's complicated, or that it might break for some reason. All right, the fourth thing you want to look at is the number of reviews for these top sellers of your product. Optimally, you'll see that the top sellers have between 200 to 300 reviews maximum. If there's like 1 or 2 sellers that are absolutely dominating that product with thousands of reviews, then you automatically know that it's going to be very challenging to build enough reviews, build enough momentum to reach that front page spot. The best case scenario is that you have a bunch of different sellers selling this product and they all have under 50 reviews. This means that you can easily compete with them. You can easily build 50 reviews and land that front page spot. This is one of the first things that you can do when you have a potential new product. Go look it up on Amazon.com and look at the number of reviews that the top sellers have for that type of product. If you think that you can compete with them, then that could be a potential product. But if there's some people selling it and they have thousands of reviews, then that might be a product that you don't want to do. All right, the fifth characteristic that you guys need to look at is the size and the weight. Now, I sort of talked about this when we were talking about selling price and keeping it between $15 and $50. For your first product, I absolutely recommend starting out small and starting out light. You're gonna have fewer costs, it's gonna be easier to ship from overseas. And that brings me to a really important point, which is when you ship the product from overseas to the United States or wherever you are. There are 2 methods to get your product from overseas to you. The first is ocean shipping, and this is what most of the big sellers do when they're ordering a ton of product. Basically, those products are loaded up into cartons and they are shipped via boat to you. Now, this is much cheaper, especially when you're getting into ordering thousands and thousands of units, but it's very slow. It might take up to a month for you to get your product, and you have to deal with the whole import process. Optimally, you want to choose a first product that is small and light because that means that you can just use air shipping. Air shipping is just when you ship via air, just like most things. It takes a few days to get there and it's just way more simple. For example, one thing that I think is a good product are inflatable things. They're very small and they're very light because, you know, when they don't have air in them, they're just like this big, right? However, customers see the product as much larger because they view it when it's actually inflated. So this leads to higher perceived value and potential more profits for you. But yeah, every single product I've made has been small, it's been light, and that has just made my profits a lot higher, and it's made the whole Amazon FBA process a lot simpler. So now we're gonna go over Jungle Scout, which is my favorite tool to actually do product research. I always tell people like, hey, if you're really serious about starting an Amazon FBA business, you absolutely have to get some type of product research tool. Now there's like Jungle Scout, there's Helium 10, there's a bunch of different products out there, but I found that Jungle Scout is the cheapest and it's the one that I personally used for doing my own research. So first, I'm gonna take you guys through the Niche Hunter, which is a really cool tool that Jungle Scout has. So this basically helps you find new niches and products that are based on info and keywords that you enter. So here is the Niche Hunter, and basically you can see you have the Amazon Marketplace, I have United States selected, and then you have categories. And what you want to do is you might want to narrow down like what category you want to sell in. So for this one, I'm just gonna go through, let's do cell phones and accessories. So I'm gonna choose that. And you can actually choose multiple categories if you want. Over here we have average units sold, so you can change that if you want. You can have your competition, and obviously you want low competition, so I'm gonna set that to that. Average price, I went over and said $15 to $50, so let's go ahead and do that here. Get close enough. This is your listing quality score. It's basically like it's rating the quality of the listings, and if the quality of listings is bad, then that has some opportunity for you to come in and make a product with a much higher quality listing. And that's gonna improve your conversion rate. Now we have a niche score. I'm just gonna leave that as is because it automatically ranks it for you and your word count, which I'm not going to include. Another really important thing is that you can also include keywords if you want. So maybe, let's say we wanna look at like phone cases. So I'm just gonna write case. Now this tool helps you find niches. It's not gonna specifically find products, but what you can do is you can take these niches and then find products in that niche. So here we have passion phone case. It tells you the average price, the category, the average units sold, competition, listing quality, and niche score. Obviously the higher the niche score, the better. So Jungle Scout automatically ranks these from high to low. This is just a good tool to find specific types of niches in a category. So obviously cell phones, that's a very broad category. So this tool can help you find more detailed and things that you wouldn't think about that you might want to sell. All right, so next up, I'm gonna show you guys the product database through Jungle Scout. And this lets you filter products based on these factors that you can see on the screen. And it's a little bit different from the niche one because this helps you actually find specific products that you can sell. So for this one, maybe let's do exercise equipment. So let's do sports and outdoors. You know what, let's do tools and home improvement too, just for fun. It lets you select the product tier. So most times we want to do standard size. Seller type we'll choose as FBA. And then here are all the filters that you can use. There's the pricing, there's the reviews, there's the net profits, there's the ratings, sales, sellers, revenue, all this stuff. And just like the niche one, it also lets us put in keywords. So maybe let's look up bands. So we can exercise bands, those seem to be quite popular right now just due to all the gyms being closed. So I'll click search and it's going to come up with a bunch of different products that's fit that criteria. And I actually didn't put anything here because I figured that might take too long, but if you guys have any specific filters you want to use, definitely use those. So here are the search results. It's basically going to give you a bunch of different products, and it's going to give you the title, it's going to give you the category, the monthly revenue. So obviously these don't have any demand. The sales are all under 5, which is definitely not good, so you wouldn't do stuff like that. It gives you the price, the rank, the number of reviews, the listing quality score, and then also the number of sellers. So here seems to be the bands, the resistance bands that pretty much everyone is selling. They're super trending right now. But yeah, ton of really important data that you guys can look at, and it's a really good way to find new products to sell that you would never think about. Now, another really cool part about Jungle Scout is its Chrome extension, and this works when you go to the actual Amazon website. And let's say we want to search champagne flutes. Cool, so we're gonna search that here, and then you click up here in the extensions, and that's basically going to have a ton of similar information as the actual web app, but here you can access it directly from Amazon. So everything that is on the search results is going to be put on here, and it tells you the name, it tells you the brand, the price, the estimated monthly sales. That's a very important one that you guys want to look at. The monthly revenue, the number of reviews, rating, rank, and let's see what else, seller type, and the category. So obviously a product like this, it's probably quite saturated. It's a very popular product to make, but you can see there's tons of demand. We have revenue between $15,000, $30,000, $50,000 per month. And then you want to also look at the reviews. Like I said before, you want to make sure that the top sellers don't have thousands or hundreds of reviews. So here you can see that, yeah, these top sellers have 500 reviews, almost 3,000 reviews, 1,000 reviews. So there is a lot of competition for this product. However, there is a lot of demand as well. So you just need to balance it out and see what works for you, what risk tolerance you're willing to take. And it also works on the individual product page. If you want to go to the product page and click on that extension button, it's going to just tell you that info right here, just like before, but by itself. So now once you've used those tools to find the products that you might want to do, there's a really cool thing in Jungle Scout on the web app called the product tracker. And this lets you add products and just kind of track them here. You can look at them over a couple of weeks to look at the data to see if it's actually a product you want to sell. So here I'm going to click add products. select marketplace, United States, and then the group name. So I'm just gonna do champagne flutes, just because we just looked at that. Cool. Okay, so it has some recommended products. So if you wanna, select these, you can do that too. But if there is a specific product you want to find on Amazon, you go to the product page and then scroll down to find the ASIN right here. And we're gonna copy that and just paste that right there. Bam. So now we're gonna click create and add products. And now here you can track these products. It's going to tell you the average price, the average daily rank, average daily sales, revenue, monthly revenue, and all this cool stuff. And yeah, I just recommend, if you do some research and you find a product that you might like, put it in here and just continue tracking it. Make sure that it's not a seasonal product. Make sure it's still getting good sales and that it's a product that you think will work for you. So yeah, those are some really important and crucial steps you guys should be taking when you are doing your product research for Amazon FBA. There are so many tools out there to help you, and if you want to take your Amazon FBA business seriously, I definitely recommend getting Jungle Scout or some other software. You can subscribe to their monthly plan and then just cancel it after a month or whatever. But really, I have to stress, the product research is so important. You don't want to waste your money finding a product that doesn't sell well or that has too much competition, because that means you're less likely to have a winning product. And yeah, Amazon FBA itself, it is risky. There are much less risky businesses that you can start. But the cool thing with Amazon FBA is, and I've done it myself, is it's extremely passive. Once you develop a winning product and have it selling on Amazon, you pretty much don't have to do anything at all. They're going to handle the customer service, the packing, the shipping, all that stuff. And all you have to do is every once in a while when you run out of stock, you need to talk to your supplier and reorder more product. That's why this is such a cool passive income stream that I have. And I just really want you guys to, experience it, check it out, and see if it's maybe something that you guys want to try starting. The most important thing is take action. This step takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of energy and risk. So that's why so many people learn about this, but they never do it. I just recommend getting Jungle Scout, find a product in maybe a few weeks, talking to suppliers, and just get started. You'll figure out everything else when it comes. The hardest part though is just to get started, and that's why I just want to tell you guys it is entirely possible, but you have to be very careful on your product research. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys found it useful, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos just like this. I make a ton of content about investing, entrepreneurship, and personal finance. So thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.